had to turn the music off. YouTube and all social media platforms are fucking weird about background music and shit like that. Anyway, it's loud in my kitchen because the fan on my microwave comes on whenever shit is being cooked. I'm in the kitchen, obviously. You guys have seen me here before. Yeah, it's water. I'm reviewing water. No, I'm just kidding. Whiskey Wonder. I'm in my kitchen because it's about dinner time and, you know, I have hungry people that live in my house. Anyway, so I walked into the liquor store, right? I don't know what you guys call it. Package store, liquor store, liquor retailer, whatever you want to call it. I went to the liquor store, right? And it's my usual, and it's really, really, really small. It's got a drive-through. It's pretty cool. And I walk in, and the owner's like, "Hey, buddy, I have something I want you to try." I can't tell where he's from, so I can't really do the accent. But so I was like, "All right, man, what you got? What's up?" And he gave me this. He brings me to this bottle, and you know, I went in with the intention of spending maybe no more than $30. You know, it just be like that sometimes. Only because I know that if I allow myself to, I could probably finish a bottle within 2 days. And if I allow myself to, I could probably finish a bottle in a week. It depends on how good it is. Like with the E.H. Taylor, motherfucker, that shit gonna be gone in like 2 days. Especially the small batch ones. Give me a second. Anyway, so he leads me to this bottle on the shelf, and I'll tell you guys what I'm cooking here in a second. But he leads me to this bottle on the shelf, right? And I'm like, I've seen it before. I keep passing over it because of its origin. It's likely really unfair of me to be like that, but it's just it is what it is. So he was like, "Yeah, a lot of my customers come in and they look for this and they love it, and I just dropped the price on it, and I want you to try it and tell me what you think." Now, the way I look at it is, if you want me to try something, then you need to buy it for me. But you know, I support my local businesses, so I went ahead and paid the money for it. What I'm talking about, you probably see on the shirt, Chattanooga whiskey. Now, here's the thing, right? Check this out. So, I love Chattanooga. Chattanooga is about an hour and a half away from where I live. It's in Tennessee, and it's got some great views. You know, I take the family up there. They got one of the best cigar lounges I've ever been to. They've got Lookout Mountain, Ruby Falls. What's the other thing? Ruby Falls, Lookout Mountain. It ain't. I took my kids last year for spring break to this place. I fucking can't remember what it is. Anyway, you go like up a mountain, but then you kind of go through the mountain and all this weird shit. And it's like, if you're claustrophobic, if you suffer from like claustrophobia, it's probably not a good place for you. Anyway, and I like Tennessee. I love Tennessee. Tennessee's awesome. The football team sucks. Go Dogs. But here's the thing. When I go to Tennessee, I usually go to like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is like the home of some of the best moonshine that I can buy as far as a retail moonshine distillery versus what Jim Bob makes in the woods somewhere. Hold on one second. Yeah. Anyway, so a lot of you guys have been following me for a long time, and you guys know that I'm very picky about my whiskey. You guys know that I don't really like American whiskey. American whiskey is pretty much any whiskey that's made outside of Kentucky. They can't even call it bourbon. There's your sign. But there's a distillery. It's called Chattanooga whiskey, and this is the bottle that he suggested. It's Chattanooga Whiskey Company, 1816 Reserve, small batch bourbon, Solera barrel finished. 90 proof, 45% alcohol by volume. This is a 750 milliliter bottle. cost on this bottle was, I'd say $26. It came in under my $30 mark. It was something new. He was the guy that owns the shop was excited about it, and who am I to rain on somebody's parade? So I went ahead and bought the bottle. Now, Solera barrel finished. Basically, what that means is they take barrels, other barrels of different ages, and they kind of just layer it into like one barrel. Like there's like probably like a 4-year whiskey, and then like a 8-year whiskey, and then 10, and then 12, and they just kind of blend it all in, right? It's like a blended whiskey, and then they let it age for, you know, however many years more. But Chattanooga Whiskey Company, I've never heard of it. Yeah, he gave me a shirt to go with it because I told him I do reviews, and I guess, what's up, Chattanooga Whiskey? I actually put the shirt on backwards when I first put it on because I thought this part should be in the front. That's the way I would have designed it, but that's not the case. Anyway, so I grabbed it, I picked it up, I paid for it. Should have been free. I paid for it and brought it home and poured me a couple fingers worth. And I went neat with it first. And I didn't like it. And I'm allowed to not like shit. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I didn't like it. It tasted very young. It is very young. It's probably 4 years or younger. It had that American whiskey taste to it. Now, the difference between Tennessee whiskey and Kentucky bourbon, there's a big difference. First of all, it's all in the distilling process. But Tennessee whiskey, most of them are required, I guess, to filter their whiskey through maple charcoal. I'm not sure what the fuck that is. It's not at Home Depot. It's not at Kroger. Because if it were, I would be outside right now with my grill smoking. But that's not the case. So I have no idea what maple charcoal is. I guess it's, you know, that's part of a process. But, and I didn't like it. But everybody deserves a second chance for the most part. So what I did was I finished the first pour. Of course, I'm not going to waste it, duh. And I poured a second one. This time I added a pretty good splash of water, maybe like a tablespoon. And at the end result was pretty decent. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was the it had a, fuck, how can I describe it? And I know a lot of people like this shit, but it had like a an awkward burn in the back of my tongue, and I didn't like it. Now don't get me wrong, I love 131 proof, barrel proof fucking liquor. The stronger the better. But sitting at 90 proof, this one just didn't sit right with me. So I softened it a little bit with the water. And it brought out some of the floral notes, some of the vanilla, some of the caramel, some of the maple actually came through. So I pretty much just gave you guys the tasting notes on it. I bought this bottle maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and I knew I wanted to do a review on it because it was something different, and I've been milking this motherfucker for all this time. So now I can finally finish it and move on to what I'm reviewing next, which you guys are gonna love. I hope. If not, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do two. Well, maybe just this one. What I'm gonna it just smells young. It just smells young. Sorry. This what I'm cooking is called. It's cheesesteak and pasta. So there is no like bun for your cheesesteak. Cheesecake. What it is just it's diced bell peppers, diced onions, some garlic. Um, I used, instead of 1 pound of ground beef, I used 2 because of the protein content. Um, Low sodium beef broth, and then I'm gonna throw I got some penne pasta and 2 bags of cheese. That's what I'm making tonight for the family. That whole box in there. Trash can, I see you. Kobe! Alright, anyway, missed it. Anyway, yeah, and I'm interested to see how it turns out. I saw the recipe on Facebook, and I didn't write down the ingredients or the instructions, so I'm just going off visual. Anyway, so Chattanooga Whiskey Company, 1816 Reserve, small batch bourbon, Solero, barrel finish at 90 proof. On the nose. Like I said, it smells young. You have your vanilla caramel, small, tiny hint of an alcohol flavor. Anybody else have a landline in their house? Like, I have a landline in my house. We never fucking use it. It's ringing. I don't know. Last time I answered it, I was scheduled for a gynecologist appointment. So I stopped answering. I'm going to go ahead and... So without the splash of water, it's warm in the chest area, and it's long. It's a long finish. I wish it was a little bit more oily. It had a better mouthfeel, but it really doesn't. So what I'm going to do, and it's funny because this is the cup that I'm drinking my water out of. It's a drink maker cup, whatever. Add a splash of water to it. Lightens it up just a little bit. Swirl that. Let me stir this while this resonates. And pasta. Alright. I put water in it. Now it's lightened up. Now there's some floral hints. Now it's more caramel, and I love caramel. Now there's a slight hint of vanilla, more now than it was before, but the maple comes out. I swear to y'all, I do these tastings so wrong. I'm pretty sure most whiskey or Scotch review channels or whoever don't take huge gulps of their whiskey. Fuck those guys. I'm here to drink. So, what's that saying? I'm not here for a long time, just a good time. Anyway, so that one was a lot better with the water. If you're interested in trying something outside of Kentucky, something that's definitely not coming from Texas. Can't stand Texas whiskey. And it's funny because I always thought, hold the fuck up. Now that I'm looking at the label, it says blended and bottled by Chattanooga Whiskey Company, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Originally distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and aged for greater than 2 years. But right there, they're actually calling it bourbon. And it tastes more like an American whiskey. It's straight bourbon whiskey. Okay, whatever. I don't know all the fucking rules. I just know that this doesn't taste like it came out of Kentucky. For the price though, man, maybe cocktails or something, or an easy sipper on ice. It's not bad, and on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I'll give it, I'm feeling generous, I'm giving it a 3, because it does have potential. There is a barrel strength one that costs the exact fucking same amount, maybe like $4 more. It's still under $30, and I guess I hesitate to buy it, but I guess I'm going to have to try it because of the person that I am. So there you have it. Chattanooga Whiskey Company, 1816 Reserve, small batch bourbon, Solera barrel finished, 90 proof. This is Whiskey Wonder. I'm cooking up some good shit. I wish I could show you guys, but my family is like super fucking hungry because I've been taking way too long with dinner. I promised them dinner at 7:30. It's 8:30 and I'm not even close. Anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, feel free to let me know. Just know that if you have any suggestions, I don't always give a fuck. But I'll listen. I'll always listen. Whiskey Wonder, I'm burning food. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year's again. I'll have another review later tonight, if not tomorrow. I'm sitting on 2 more bottles of something special. And I better feed these motherfuckers before they kill me. Peace.